Hey guys, Dwayne here. This is kind of a sad story, and I don't like telling sad stories, but this is a case of you can learn from somebody else's mistakes. This is a story about somebody I know, but I'm not going to use his real name, so I'm going to call him Norman. Okay? Norman got a job as a security guard, and he was really happy. He really wanted this job. It was just perfect for him because he likes staying up late. And when the first time I saw him in his uniform, he was like so proud. His security guard uniform, so proud, and he loved this job, and he had this job for 2 or 3 years. This was a while back. Anyway, so he worked at different posts at first, but after a while, they knew they could trust him. They knew he was reliable. He never called in sick, so they put him at one of their more important posts. And he was there every night. I don't think he worked 7 days a week, but 5 nights a week, whatever. He had a regular post. It was one of the bigger accounts. They had 3 or 4 big buildings and a lot of land, parking lots and such. And so Norman fell into a routine. He had to check the doors, check for unlocked doors, I don't know, 2 or 3 times a night, and keep an eye on everything, be on the lookout for any kind of trouble. Anyway, usual security guard stuff. The problem arose when you're working from 9 at night till 6 in the morning, and you did get time off for lunch, but they expected you to bring your lunch and eat in your car. So you did not leave your post, and that's reasonable, right? That's the job, guarding the job, guarding the post. Okay, so what happens when you have to poop? I mean, seriously, okay? Well, they had a procedure in place. There was this was a fairly big security company, and they had security guards around the city at all these different posts. And they had one captain of the guard. Every night, his job was to drive from post to post to post and ask him, have you had any trouble? Anything to report? Any unlocked doors? And do you have to use the restroom? If they have to use the restroom, then the captain of the guard will stay there and man your post while you drive a few blocks away to use the restroom at the Quickie Mart. Okay? That was the procedure. And not a perfect solution, but that was the procedure. Everybody knew the procedure. And this was before cell phones were real common. And so this company issued a two-way radio to every guard. And if it was an emergency, you could call the captain of the guard on your two-way radio, and he would come to relieve you as soon as he could. Okay? That was the system. Okay, well, Norman was a problem solver. And he had fallen into this routine. He knew when the janitors came, and he greeted them, and he would check on them throughout the night to make sure there were no problems, make sure everybody's okay. One time he found the janitors had left their keys in one of the doors, and he was making his rounds, checking doors. He found the keys. He took the keys to the janitors, told them, I found your keys. Please be more careful. And they're like, oh, thank you. We didn't know where they were. Okay, anyway. So one of the buildings that Norman was guarding, the back door was easy to compromise. Stand by. one of the buildings, the back door was easy to compromise. Okay, it was locked, the doorknob was locked, but anybody who knows anything about locks could see that you could fit a knife blade between the door and the door jamb and pop the latch and gain access. Okay? And looking back on it, Norman realizes this was a bad idea. But at the time, it seemed like a simple solution. After the janitors were done cleaning this building, he could let himself in the back door, use the restroom, let himself out, make sure the door is locked. No harm, no foul, right? Okay, so Norman did this. It became part of his regular routine. I don't know if he did it every night, but whenever he needed to use the bathroom, he did. And then when the captain of the guard came around to his post, says, do you need to use the restroom? He's like, no, I'm good. You can go on to the next post. Okay? So it seemed like a win-win. One night, he's in there taking care of business, and the janitors had already cleaned the building, but they forgot something, and they came back, and they saw the bathroom light was on, and Norman was busted. And he's like, I'm sorry, I wasn't, I was just had to use the bathroom. I'm not making a mess, not stealing anything. It's okay. But the janitors told their boss, and their boss told the owner of the business, and the owner of the business called Norman's boss and said, hey, we've been happy with Norman up until now, but we pay you to guard our buildings, not to break into them. So you need to let Norman go. And me, knowing how much this job meant to Norman, I would have given him another chance. I mean, he's a good guy. He was not stealing anything. I would have told him, don't do it again, and let it go. Well, that's not what they did. The owner of the security company was afraid of losing the account, and so they did what the owner of the business wanted them to do. Got rid of Norman. Very sad. And he's never found a job that he liked as much as that one. On the other hand, yeah, it was his own fault. Yeah, he shouldn't have done that. But there you go. There's the lesson. There is the lesson. So, yeah. That's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Peace out.